Good afternoon, Rochester Memorial students and families. Mr. Medeiros here with this week's Medeiros Minute. Boys and girls, I want to thank you for a great couple of weeks of learning here. I know this is the first Medeiros Minute since returning from the holiday break. Obviously, we had to miss last week's Medeiros Minute due to the snow day. So this is our first opportunity to thank you for a great transition back to school. Really, you're all demonstrating how you easily transition back to taking care of yourself, taking care of others, and taking care of your environment, and really just helping us all set the tone and build some momentum to be back at school and learning here since coming back from the holiday break. And boys and girls, let's make sure we're thanking the staff as well. They were certainly prepared in welcoming you all back and really just providing some wonderful teaching and learning opportunities since returning from the holiday break to just, again, help us continue to set that tone and build that momentum and be back here and learning at school. So thank you, boys and girls. Thank you, staff, for a wonderful first 2 weeks back here at Rochester Memorial. And really just, as I mentioned, building that momentum back to learning since returning from the holiday break. I know we just returned from a holiday break, boys and girls, parents and guardians, but a long weekend coming up here. Just a reminder to everyone, no school on Monday, January 17th, due to the observation of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Also, boys and girls, you get an extra long weekend. There's no school for you on Tuesday, January 18th, as it is our second full day of professional development for staff. So once again, long weekend for boys and girls, a nice 4-day long weekend for all of you. No school on Monday, January 17th, in observation of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and no school on Tuesday, January 18th, for students, as it is at our second full professional development day for staff. Boys and girls, parents and guardians, I know we're all excited that our after-school activity winter session is well underway. This was our first week of those after-school activities. Boys and girls, I want to thank you for doing an excellent job of really following those directions of coming down with your bus peers and waiting for your after-school activity instructor in the cafeteria. It's been so nice to see the building alive here from 3 to 4 and seeing boys and girls and just hearing the building come alive and seeing you participating in those after-school activity sessions. I know we've been waiting for those to be back for quite some time. Really pleased that we're able to bring those back to you. I want to thank Mr. Woodward and all of our staff members who are facilitating and running an after-school activity session for our kids. It's just really a great component of what we do here at Rochester Memorial. So nice to see those winter sessions well underway. I know, boys and girls, we're looking forward to continuing that through our spring session. So let's continue to make sure we do a nice job following those directions and making sure even in after school activities that we're taking care of ourselves, taking care of others, and taking care of our environment. To our current kindergarten cohort, parents and guardians, boys and girls in our current kindergarten classrooms, the first report card for our kindergarten students will actually be going home on Wednesday, January 26th. I know we had mentioned originally that potentially they may be going home next Wednesday, the 19th, but we're pushing that back to Wednesday, January 26th. So the first standards-based report card for our current kindergarten students will be going home with all of our students on Wednesday, January 26th. So parents and guardians, please be on the lookout for those report cards going home with your K students on the 26th. And again, if you have any questions regarding our standards-based report card, please don't hesitate to reach out to your child's classroom teacher, myself, or Mr. West, and we'd be happy to answer those questions for you. Speaking of kindergarten, exciting time of the year for us is this is the time of the year that we have step one in welcoming our new incoming kindergarten students and our new incoming kindergarten families for next school year. So parents and guardians of our current students, if you know someone who is going to be an incoming K family next year, please refer them to this Medeiros Minute video or our Rochester Memorial School webpage or our early childhood webpage on the district site, as we will host our first informational parent night for our incoming K families on Wednesday, February 9th. That meeting will be held via Zoom. I will be sending home a letter to all those families shortly within the next week. We get our information about who our incoming students are from the town census. We know that not everyone accesses or utilizes the census. So if you know of an incoming family that may not have filled out the census or does not participate in the census, please refer them, as I mentioned, to this video or to the Medeiros Minute video or to the Rochester Memorial School webpage. Or please have them reach out to myself, Mr. West, or Ms. Guard here in the main office so that we can guide them and answer their questions and make sure they receive a copy of that letter. But once again, our incoming K families, you will be receiving a letter from me in the mail in the near future here that outlines and details information on, number one, how to register your incoming K student, but also information regarding how to participate in the first informational parent night session, which will take place on Wednesday, February 9th. Again, any questions about incoming kindergarten please do not hesitate to reach out to myself, Mr. West, Ms. Guard, or as I mentioned, our early childhood office and Ms. Doreen Lopes. We will all, any of us would be happy to answer your questions or really just talk through the process of what it looks like to register your incoming K student. Parents and guardians, the Rochester Memorial School Council will be meeting next week on Tuesday, January 18th. And one of the agenda items for the council to meet on is the draft 2022-2023 school calendar. Obviously, we value the feedback from our families. So if you have suggestions or feedback that you would like to provide to us so that we can make sure that those suggestions and feedback make it to the Rochester Memorial School Committee, who ultimately approves our school calendar, please reach out to one of the parent representatives of the Rochester Memorial School Council and give them that feedback. Give them those suggestions so that they can bring that feedback and those suggestions to our meeting next week. One of the things the council does is we go month by month and we look at that draft calendar and we really get feedback from our staff representatives who are getting feedback from their peers and colleagues. And then obviously our parent reps provide the feedback of what our parents and guardians and students would like to see in the school calendar. And then we present that to the Rochester School Committee, who obviously will approve our school calendar, and they will make suggestions and recommendations as well. So once again, the Rochester Memorial School Council will be meeting next week. One of the main agenda items that we will be going over at that meeting is our draft school calendar for next school year. So if you have suggestions or feedback, please reach out to one of those parent reps and provide them with that feedback and those suggestions so they can bring it to that meeting. Boys and girls, parents and guardians, this month of January, we are focusing on self-control as part of our CARES model and how self-control helps us with self-management. Self-control looks like thinking before you speak or act, working hard to control your own behavior, managing big emotions, boys and girls, like anger and excitement to help keep our school environment safe. Self-management is about regulating your emotions, controlling impulses, managing stress, and persevering through challenging academic tasks. Boys and girls, parents and guardians, hope everyone has a wonderful long weekend. Please be safe. Boys and girls, remember, take care of yourself, take care of others, and take care of your environment.